as of the current state of NBA 2K, y'all boys know, if you go into a park, a stage, no matter where you go, you're going to see a playmaking shot creator. You're going to at least see 15 to 25, maybe 30 playmaking shot creators in one park. Last year, you could say it was the same thing, but it was offensive threats. But you didn't know what type of offensive threat it was. You didn't know if it was a BP offensive threat, or you didn't know if it was a regular play shot offensive threat. But last year in NBA 2K20, I literally dropped a build about a playmaking shot creator with Hall of Fame defensive badges. Yes, Hall of Fame defensive badges. So I made sure I made that build in the prelude, but I ain't dropped it because I couldn't get pro dribble moves. Because y'all remember, the requirement was to have 85 ball control. That was the requirement. You had to have an 85 ball control to get pro dribble moves. That's why a lot of builds that you're using right now, they be like, oh, a build that I only had an 80 ball control or 81 ball control, now I'm able to dribble with it. That was great. That actually helped expand the builds, because a lot of builds were looking real bad without this pro dribble moves. It was looking real bad. So look, we're going to end up trying to make the playmaking shot creator on NBA 2K20, but it's going to be the one with Hall of Fame defensive badges like I showed you guys last year when I hit Legend. But look, you're going to make this build a point guard or shooting guard. It's your preference. I prefer you to make it a point guard if you want diamond or floor general. If you make it a shooting guard, you won't get these two things. But if you guys haven't yet, make sure you drop a like on this video, subscribe, turn on those post notifications, and make sure you comment down below. So let me know if you need to make this build or you going to make this build. Let me know. Let me see if you messing with it. Let me know how you feeling. If you want to rate the build 1 out of 10, let me know in the comment section what you rate this build. But we're going with the OG perimeter lock, the green red pie chart, the perimeter lock pie chart. A lot of you guys, when y'all make the perimeter lock, y'all use the other pie chart, but y'all remember from my perimeter speed boost and perimeter lock video, as of me making that build in the prelude, I didn't know that you had to have an 85 ball control. So anybody who made a speed boost perimeter lock, that is on me. I cannot lie. That was on me, because we didn't know the requirements of dribbling this year. We didn't think that it was going to be 85 ball control. We thought that it was going to be the same thing with having a 70 ball control and be able to get pro dribble moves. But look, as me building this build, I'm going to show you the match of everything. So when I max out everything in each category, I got 10 on finishing. I should get somewhere around 20, 21 for shooting. It should be 20. But for actual playmaking, it should be 12, 13. I think if you make a shooting guard, you can get up to 14. But for defensive badges, you should be able to 21 or 22. I think it's 22. It should be 22. So you get 22. So your badge count will be 10, 20, 13, and 22 if they're fully maxed. Like, that's literally if you max out one category at a time. So look, me building this build, I'm going to end up maxing out the playmaking. That's what you need the most. As you having a low ball control, you can get this off rip with no problem. If you guys who do not want to grind this build out, this build might not be for you. If you're somebody who can't keep a 98 overall at least on this build, it might not be for you. But me maxing this out on playmaking, you're going to make sure you get your 13 playmaking badges. For shooting, I'm going to show you 2 different setups. Right now, I'm going to try to go for like 17, 18. There are Hall of Fame badges, so 18 should be somewhat decent. 20 is just good enough. That's even though that's what the max is. But I'm going to go for the 18. And for anybody that likes taller players, you will have to work on this build. This is a build that you must have to get to 99 if you want this build to be taller. If you want this build to be somewhat 6'4", 6'5", you're going to have to work on this build. Because this is a mostly smaller player build, because you have to have a smaller wingspan to be able to dribble, plus be able to get a high enough three-pointer to green consistently. Because you guys do not know, you have to have an 86 three-point rating to green consistently around the three-point line, or hit shots consistently around the three-point line. Same thing with mid-range. With the mid-range plus having the hot spots, you're going to have that 86. You need 86 overall rating for the three-point or mid-range to hit shots consistently in this game. So look, when it comes to finishing, you can put as many finishes as you want. You can lower your defense because you are a point guard, so you're not going to be mostly getting blocks because your arms are going to be short. So you can mix and match it, but I'm going to show you a different variation. You can put your interior defense up if you want to. You don't have to, but I know some of you guys might want your drive and layup up. So as you having that 80-something drive and layup, that's great. Think about it. A play shot, I think it has a 78. I think it's 76. One of those, but play shot layups, I literally make almost every layup. And then you're going to have a higher dunk than a play shot. A higher dunk. You got a 72 driving dunk. But when it comes to the badges, you got 117, 13. You can get 21. As long as you do it right, you can maybe get 20. But most of the time, you're going to get 117, 13, 20. But look, I got 11 left over. it should get me right there. As I mess around with this, okay, I got 1, 17, 13, 20. But pay attention where they're at. My block and interior defense. Pay attention to that one small thing. And pay attention to my finishing. 1, 17, 13, 20. Watch when I switch over to the other one with the more shooting, how it changes. So when we switch over to the next one, we have 1, 20, 13, and 20. The reason why, you will have to only put this on driving layup. If you want to have a driving dunk or driving layup, that's up to you. I don't have a close shot on my play shot, and I still hit close shots. That's how broken they are. So I will prefer you really don't have to, because the game is so broke, you can hit close shots with no problem. That's the most broken thing in the game. You can end up getting 21 defensive badges if you want, but look, you don't need to really put your block up. It would help you with your contest, but having a 53 interior defense, even though you're small, it still helps, because paint defense is somewhat decent this year and actually better than last year. But you could put it on block just to get a better shot contest. And that's also a reason why people with short arms, they mostly complain about them not getting a shot contest. First of all, you have short arms, then you don't have a block. Once you don't have a block, that shot contest does not register. Even if you got Intimidator on go or Hall of Fame, it's not going to really trigger. That's why you want to put your blocks up. But we show you these heights of 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", and 6'5". I also want to tell you guys, if you watch my playmaking shot creator build, when I showed my actual build, if you want to use the metric system, you can. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's a unit of measurement that's used in different countries and is not used in the US that much, but we mostly use imperial system. So look, if you want to use the metric system, you can finesse extra attributes on your player. You can finesse extra dunks or extra little ball control, or you can get more blocks, something like that. So look, this is what you got to do. You go to the main menu, you go to features, then you go to settings, then you scroll all the way down until you see units and measurements. Then you're going to change it from imperial to metric. Then you're going to build the build. If you don't know how to use the conversion of knowing the difference between what's a 1.91 meter player compared to a 6 foot something player, make sure you pull out your iPhone or your Android or whatever you're using to actually do the conversion. Ask Siri or ask Google, convert 1.91 meters to feet, and they will tell you the actual height. As right now, I'm showing you the difference between every height with the speeds. As I go to 6'1", I'm going to have a 93 speed, and then you plus 8 to it, I'm going to end up having a 99. It's going to be more than 99, but I'm going to have a 99 speed. So anybody that wants to have a 99 speed on this build, make sure you make this build 6'1", 6'2", and 6'3" is just cracking it. It's going to be a 98. But if you want the max speed of a 99, you're going to go with the 6'1" or 6'2". But when it comes to wingspan, this is going to make or break your player. As you see, when I actually lower my wingspan all the way, or one from the last one, I have a 83 three-pointer. 83. Plus 4, I will have an 87 three-pointer. So I will have the same three-pointer as a playmaking shot creator at 86 overall. But on this player that we're making right now at 99 overall, we have an 87 shooting at the three-point line. But also with the 80 ball control, that's still plus 4. So we have the 84 ball control. And if you play NBA 2K20 from last year, y'all know when you hit 99.9, you got plus 5. It is not the same. In 2K21, it is plus 4. You get 99.9 and it will still be plus 4. It's not no plus 5 this year for anybody that does not know. But look, looking at this build having a 92 speed, I did go with the 6'2". The 6'1", oh man, that 93 speed, but it really wouldn't have made a difference. Only thing that would have really changed was the acceleration and the strength. So look, when we go with the wingspan, you're going to go with the shortest wingspan or one from the shortest. That's the ideal one to go with. A 6'2" or 6'1" if you want the speed. But at the same time, you still can get the job done with a 6'4" and a 6'5". But the problem that you will have to get the build to 99 for it can be somewhat decent. For anybody that's asking. But for when it comes to these takeovers, I always preach this. You could put playmaking takeover you want to, but ideally, you're going to pick sharp takeover or lock takeover. Those are the most overpowered takeovers in NBA 2K21. Even though they fix playmaking takeover, I'm still picking sharpshooter. I'm still picking the sharp takeover, and I'm still going to pick the lock takeover. But we get the name two-way shot creator. Two-way shot creator, it resembles Chris Paul, Kirk Hinrich, and Fred VanVleet. That sounds about right. And another name that you can somewhat get is two-way sharpshooter But you will have too much playmaking on this build because you won't get the name two-way sharpshooter with this 13 playmaking. I think you gotta have less than 9 playmaking or 8 playmaking to be named a two-way sharpshooter, but that's not the key. We wanted the best build. We got 120, 13, and 21. I'm gonna show you what I'm putting it on for finishing badges. This is your option. I'm putting consistent or pro touch. Shooting badges, I'm just gonna get to the point. Hall of Fame hot zone range extender, green machine, and then we're gonna go with the gold clutch shooter, and then we're gonna go with difficult shots on gold. But if you don't like using this difficult shots, you can switch it to something else like Tyler's shooter and put that on Hall of Fame, since you're only have gold playmaking badges. So handles for days on gold compared to handles for days on Hall of Fame is a big difference. It really is. When we get to these playmaking badges, 13 playmaking badges, you might say that's not enough. It's just perfect. Quick first step, unpluckable, handles for days, and dimer. Based on who you playing with. You playing with a shooter, put dimer on. If you playing with somebody who can't really shoot, put floor general on. Then you got one extra badge that you're gonna put on bailout. That one extra badge is going on bailout. I'm telling you, put it on bailout. Don't put it on ankle breaker. Ankle breaker on bronze is not gonna help you. It's not. You're not gonna be breaking ankles with ankle breaker on bronze, so or space creator on bronze. But when we get to the defensive badges, this is where you're in your own opinion, to be honest, because pick dodger, it really doesn't work. It's the same thing as last year. Pick dodger is horrible. You can pick lightning reflexes if you want to. Clamps, interceptor, heart crusher is a great badge, even though they nerfed it a little. But let me know in the comment section how y'all feel about this build. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe, put on post notifications, follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. It's been your man ChaMoma, and I'm out, y'all. Peace.